Good morning, this is Caleb with the Cam Realty Group. Wanted to take you by our latest rehab project that just got done. You recall a couple of months ago shot a video what we called the Hoarder house. Had about a foot worth of stuff, clothes, garbage, pop cans, etc. It took 3 dumpsters. We only ordered 1. It took actually 3 to get the house clear. Had quite a bit of work that we had to put into the house, but it was well worth it. As you can see here, here's our masterpiece. Looks quite a bit different. As you can see, it had a plain white color. Now for a rental property, the last color you want is white because tenants don't wash the outside of their house. So it's going to show dirt over time. You want to get something that's not going to show the dirt. You also want something that's a little bit different from the neighbors. Since we're surrounded by brown houses, we had brown trim on the house. We wanted to go with a color that would accentuate the brown window shutters and then also be different from the neighbors, and voila! This was my wife's color, light blue, looks great. And we'll take you a little bit closer and show the rest of the house. One of the first things that we do is, even though this is a rental property, you still want street appeal because tenants drive by and they say, wow, that looks like a nice house. If you recall, we had those big fern bushes there. Those are ugly as hell. We pulled those out, and for $500, we had a high school kid come and lay in some rock and some hostas. The reason why you want hostas is you have a little bit of shade. You need to have shade for hostas, and they're maintenance free. We don't need to worry about the tenant having to pull weeds and all that good stuff. So they're going to stay there. They're always going to look good. They're perfect for rental properties. And they give you some good street curb appeal, and for $500, money well worth it. We'll go on the inside now. As you can see here, a detail that I do, doors you want to have a separate color from the house because you want to accentuate the door, you want it to stand out. We have brown trim, so we went with a brown door. Very easy, very simple to paint a door. And just wait till you take a look at this house. Now look at this. This is completely different. You can actually walk in here. Amazing. We've got tile floor.
I'm coming. Walk.
We've got a brand new countertop, brand new kitchen sink. If you recall, we left the cupboards alone. These cupboards were good. That's what we said from day one. We left them. They matched the countertop perfectly. They fit well with the color in the tile. It's all brand new, very inexpensive. It's an $80 countertop, a $60 sink. Very inexpensive. This tile we actually had left over from a rehab project that we did 2 years ago, so the material cost was already purchased. We just had the labor. This countertop right here, you recall there was a really miniature stove there and then a regular size fridge. We actually moved this over so we could get a regular stove in there. So that will be a very small detail that will help out. Continuing on in here, this is all painted, all fresh paint. In the living room in here, kind of hard to see, but we actually refinished the floor. We sanded it down and restained it. So that was $500, a little bit more than what I wanted to pay for. Carpet would have been a couple $100, so we spent more to refinish it, but we wanted some portion of hardwood floor. This living room was just painted. There's no overhead light in here, so I apologize about the darkness, but really this was just sand floor paint. That was all there is to it. We still got tile. And we tiled all the way into the bathroom, and take a look at this bathroom. My wife said we're moving in with this bathroom here.
Look at that window.
This window, we'll talk a little bit about this window. The problem that you have with old bathrooms is they have old wood windows. And as you can see, you got your shower head. I'm 6 feet tall. I'm standing here, water's splattering on this window. I've bought a dozen houses that have rotted out bathroom windows. You got to replace them. One idea is to put in a vinyl replacement because vinyl isn't going to rot, but water still gets down into the cracks and it just doesn't look good. Here's the solution. This is block with mortar in the middle. It's a block window, allows light to come through, but it distorts the image so you can't see a naked woman standing here showering. You're not going to see that, but it will allow light to go through. You're not going to have moisture problems. You still have the you still have a window, you still have light, but you're not going to have the moisture problems. It was a couple $100. It's the best thing you're going to get with a rental property. Very simple, very cheap tile. These are 39-cent squares, very, very cheap. They're white, they're plain, but they're very functional. If you look down in this tub, I bet you none of you will guess this is the same tub as what was in there. This is called Mr. Clean, and a little elbow grease cleans up this bathtub. We did not change this bathtub. It is the same thing. Do not tell the tenant because she made me promise I would replace the bathtub. She'll never know. New vanity, new toilet, same medicine cabinet. Same medicine cabinet. It looks good. It works. You don't have to replace everything. This bathroom was just re-sheet rocked. The whole thing was re-sheet rocked. Reason why you do that, there's a thing called green board. It's a type of gypsum drywall. It's green board, it's moisture resistant, it's what you need in bathrooms. We actually gutted this whole thing and put up new green board in here. You got to do it for moisture problems, otherwise you're going to have to be redoing it in 10 years and you don't want to do that. Here's the first bedroom. This is going to be the kids' bedroom, so we tried to go with a little light blue. Extremely simple in here. We actually pulled up the subfloor because there was so much mold on the floor. We just pulled it up. We put down some plywood, carpet right over it, paint. It's extremely simple. This took 2 days to knock out. It's very, very cheap. And in here, same thing. This is actually a screw up by our painter. They painted it the same room, but the tenant's okay with it. So, paint, new carpet. This floor did not have mold on it, so we just carpeted right over it. This is a $200 carpet. It's a $20 paint job with a spray can. Took a half hour to spray it. Extremely simple. Extremely simple. So, walking back out into the kitchen here, just kind of get a panoramic view of it. Very nice kitchen. The tenant's going to be happy, extremely happy. She has not seen this place yet. The only other place we need to show you is down the basement. Well, now we're down here in the basement, and if there is one thing that differentiates me from other landlords, there's one thing that I always do that I don't see other landlords doing. Painting the basement. I can't tell you how many houses I've rented that the tenants have said, what an awesome basement. And so just scan around. I can tell you this is real simple. We rented a $100 paint spray gun. We got 2 5-gallon buckets of gray paint and just hosed this place down. Ceiling, floor, wall, all the same thing. It smells good in here. It looks good in here. Very clean. And then tenants want to come down here and do their laundry. And we'll go over here. Not much light over here, but this is where the washer and dryer will go. And tenants feel comfortable walking down here. That's why we paint it, because they say, geez, this looks good, I'll do my laundry down here. Now the most expensive part of this whole rehab, believe it or not, you're looking at it, brand new, high energy efficient water heater, 96% energy efficient furnace, energy efficient AC unit. All right there. That was about $4,500. We spent a little bit more to get something a little bit better because this house is worth it. The second thing that differentiates me from my rental properties, no one puts in AC units because they think, what the hell, it's a rental, it's money out of my pocket. The thing people don't realize is I get an extra about $25 a month on average because I have AC in my properties. Now an AC unit is going to cost about $1,500. Extra 25 bucks a month is $300 a year. I recoup my money in 5 years. This AC will last for 15, which means I come out ahead. That is being smart. The other thing that we did is all new plumbing lines. We got plumbing lines here. We got plumbing lines over here. This is, shoot, I can't think of the name of this piping, but it's not copper. I apologize. I can't think of what the name of this.
PVC.
It's not PVC.
Oh.
Anyway, all new water lines. They were all broke. The copper is all broke. We pulled it all out, so it's completely replumbed, which is a huge selling feature. Tenants don't care about that, but it is a huge selling feature when we go to sell this house in a couple of years when the market turns around. So we dropped some money into this house, but I can tell you, as you can see, it's well worth it. This is how I fix up my houses, and I rent them for top dollar. This is how it's done. We'll finish up on the outside here in a second. So that's the house, and to recap now, we bought this house for $6,000. We had about $1,500 in legal fees to actually get possession of it, so we're in it at $7,500, $8,000. We've gotten all the bills. It cost about $15,000 to fix this house up, top to bottom. That's it, 15 grand to fix this up. We're in this house at $22,000. We're going to be closing on Monday. The bank is going to give us a $40,000 loan. Now we've only got $22,000 into this thing, $23,000. Bank is giving us a loan for $40,000. We're going to be taking that extra $17,000. We're going to be rolling it into the next house. We got this place rented out for $700 a month. The cash flows like you wouldn't believe. And with that extra money, we're going to keep on buying these puppies. So as you can see here, this is a fine project for Cam Realty Group. This is how we do it. We got to move on to the next one because time is money. I'm teaching my kids that. Take care. We'll see you.